those are my words exactly. In the Morelos Mountains, campesinos are planting their fields, where the ghost of Zapata rides a horse that can still outrun the wheel. High in the sky above and clear out of sight is the free Mexican Air Force flying tonight. Way up there in Kentucky, a cowgirl is cooling her heels, remembering that God gave us herbs and the fruits of the field. But a criminal law that makes outlaws of those seeking light make the free Mexican Air Force Mescalito riding his white horse. The free Mexican Air Force is flying high, flying so high. How strange and innocent earth causes money to burn.
My money.
They'll jail you or kill you for making those rich
Fat kids.
squirm. But nothing can stop us, my vision is clearly in sight. And the free
Mexican Air Force is flying tonight.
While we smoking colitas, federales are loading their guns, blowing smoke from their six-shooters, spinning their barrels for fun. Contrabandistas, banditos of light, we're the free Mexican Air Force and we're flying tonight. And high in the hills we are harvesting sweet sensimilla.
Yeah. I am puffing on sweet sensimilla.
Cause they think the wine we can freedom. Freedom for us is a prison for the rulers of mind. That's why the free Mexican Air Force, Mescalito riding his white horse. The free Mexican Air Force is flying tonight. Everybody flying so high. Yeah, yeah. Flying tonight. Ole!
blues, gas, boxing, jazz, and more with you here, man. Thank you so much for filing in this dump here, man. I appreciate it so much, man. Let me enjoy this Toker 2 over here and let the buzz kick in and my addition of my edibles that I polished off tonight, man. Polished off my supply. I've been eating them things for weeks now, but they're gone, so we're back to normal again. Not yet, but I'm gonna enjoy them this evening. I hope that music's not too loud because fucking StreamYard, man, they messed around with their whole microphone system, their whole audio system. You know, if I was doing this the way it's set up now on someone else's show, there'd be echoing in the background. I hope there's no echoing now. And if I were to take my anti-echoing thing that they give you on here off, that I need to go in on other channels, you couldn't hear my lovely background music, which kind of gets me through. Throat's a little dry here. We get some water. Remember the benefits of water, man. All you cats out there, drink your water. Make sure you're getting enough water in you, man. Give me a buzz, Major Key, man. I'll straighten you out on the music, bro. You just gotta be a little creative out there, man. There's many avenues, and this avenue here, I'm hitting on this lovely little nugget called Pops Tops. Check this bad boy out if you can, man. If I can stop shaking here, man, for a second. I want to get it to fucking to focus in here. Come on. Oh, it's trying hard, but it's hard for me to keep this up there with my bad shoulder. But anyway, man, it's loaded with orange hairs and probably weighs about 1 gram. It's a nice little bud. I'm picking little tips off this to fill the Toker 2 over here, and it was an interesting week in boxing. Make sure I shout out the my friends that came in here to listen to me today here, man, and you know, it's a pleasure for you people to come in here. It is, man. I mean it from the bottom of my heart. Maybe I say it too much, but man, I say it with sincerity. Makes my broadcast when I see you cats coming in here, and I appreciate it so much, man. So let me shout you out. Let me do a hit and then shout you out, man. Priorities. Let's see who came in here today, man. Wow, there's a lot of activity in that chat. I love to see that, man. Two Matador, first band in the place tonight. Almost a half hour before I even came on. If you're still here, bro, salute to you, man. Skywalker. I think I saw you were coming on tonight too, bro. Shout out to you, my brother Skywalker. Carlos, my brother Mendoza, salute, man. Tupac 13, bro. Salute, bro. Puffing over here as we usually do. Enjoying a Sunday evening of winding down. And it's funny, man. Tomorrow's a holiday in the state that I live in. BK, salute, my brother. JC, man, salute to you. Two Matador. Peace, my bro. Random acoustic thoughts, my man. Bro, God bless you and hope you are doing safe at work and gotta make that cake, bro. God bless you, bro. Peace. Mad Chad, my brother. You have a good night's sleep, my man. You were a long one today, bro. I was listening to you all day long. Every time I took off, I'd come back. You're still on there, bro. Whew. I'm gonna have to give you an award. You're doing those fucking wide open streams and damn. That's cool stuff, but get a life, dude. Mad Chad, my brother. My real brother on here. Brother for life, Mad Chad. And Dick Justice, salute to you, my man. War a Week Radio, man. Joseph, salute my brother. Oh, great show, man. Joseph has, man. I always learn something when I go over there. And man, check him out. Check everybody out in here, but you know, especially the ones where you're gonna take something out of it. But, you know, what am I saying? Everybody in here that I see in here, I get something out of their shows. That they're entertaining shows. I wouldn't be there if they weren't. You know, fucking great shows all over this fucking all over this YouTube show here, man. This is boxing. This is the way that we see boxing today, man. You're not gonna turn on network television or cable television or any dish service or this and that. You know, you want to hear boxing, you want to talk boxing, you come to YouTube. I don't know any other place. You know, people say, oh, Facebook, Discord, this and that. I haven't found anything like this at all. But anyway, man. Thank you guys for coming in here. Toby Bartlett, man. Peace to you, my brother. Major Key, my man. I spoke to you earlier, yeah. About 2 seconds ago, but thank you for coming by. Big Blunts in boxing, man. I had a big blunt. Yesterday I smoked a big blunt, bro. I fucking rolled. It was a 2 paper because I had one hole in the first paper. You know, I used the fucking the raws. They should pay me for an endorsement, but I had a hole in one, and I had the last of my concentrate. I'm all out of that too. Gonna have to. I told the old lady today, man. I said this is the last edible because she loves them as much as I do, and she said, "So get some more." I'm like, "Oh yeah, we'll get some more. Listen to this one, man." But anyway, I guess that's my job to provide. So we'll find them. We'll track them down, and I said, relax. You can always go to the store and buy some of that good concentrate. You like that too, but she's like spoiled on the edibles, man. So we'll have to go do a high-low search anyway, man. Anyway, getting back to who's in here, man. Did I shout out everybody? I know it's not like one of those major roll calls where you're shouting out a million people. Iceman, my brother, salute to you, man. Hey, Norris of Loxley, I saw you over at Chad's. I was gonna jump on there, but I wanted to get my shit in order, so I come on here and not look like the goof that I usually do. And I don't really care anyway. But anyway, bro. Shout out to my bro Norris of Loxley. He's a fucking killer, bro. I watch him train all the time, hitting that speed bag, jumping rope, man. Excuse me, hitting the heavy bag. Hitting that heavy bag with extreme prejudice, man. Throwing those hooks, those jabs, fucking putting that shoulder in the work, ducking, bobbing, weaving. Looks like a little Joe Frazier out there sometimes. So shout out to my bro Norris of Loxley. And my man Carl Hunter Hansen, bro. The Australian connection, man. Shout out to Carl, man. Peace, my bro. Always a good brother from day one, man. So shout out to my man Carl Hunter Hansen. The Earth Mover from Australia. PH Big Dog, salute to you, man. I hope the Steelers won today. I don't follow football, but if I did, I hope they do. Hope they do. I never liked the Steelers anyway, man. I was New England Patriots. We hated the Steelers. They used to kick our ass. We'd kick their ass. But they always won the Super Bowls until Tom Brady came to town. And anyway, you know what went on. Shout out to you, my brother. We don't care about shit around here anyway. It's boxing. Only boxing, one love. Iceman, my brother. Did I shout you out yet already, man? I can't remember the way things go around in my head. Let's see, man. Any names on there that came in here? Tupac, we saw you earlier down the line. Cause how can I forget my brother Tupac, man? Every time I see him around, he always gives me the old puffing kind of shout out. So yeah, we do that. We enjoy that. And man, let's see, we had the non-fight. Toby Bartlett, bro, salute. We had the non-fight this weekend. You know, we had the Conor Ben and the Chris Eubank Jr. non-fight. So this was due to drugs. I read today that they were going to suspend Conor Ben for 4 years. I mean, that's kind of a career, no? unless your name is even Ali didn't go 4 years. That's George Foreman, you know. But drugs in boxing, man. Everybody's got all their opinions. Everybody's got saying how we can get rid of it, why we should just ignore it. All these different things to do about it. You know, I don't know what the answer is, man. It seems to be a very well financed little scheme going on here, and we saw it. It almost seems like it jumps from sport to sport. You know, I saw the effects of these things back in bodybuilding back in the '90s, man. This is kind of where it all began. You know, then branched out to you know, the baseball era, the Mark McGwire, everybody, you know, everybody, all the home run hitters, all the pitchers, Roger Clemens. You know, Mark McGwire's the one who got caught with it. But anyway, man, and now it's weird. It's ugly-headed boxing, and it seems like every boxer you hear, which you never hear this back in the '80s, even in the '90s, you heard nothing about it in boxing. Maybe it existed. I don't know, man. Hey, Andrew Charles, bro. Salute. Peace to you, my brother. Thank you for bopping by. Sunday evening, kicking back, boxing, talk about the fights we saw last night and what happened over the weekend, man, to stop the fight that we were expecting to see. And you know, but on and on. You know, aside from that, I'd like to see steroids out of boxing, but you know, in the real world, you know, it has to be done. I think the only way to stop it is by giving the boxer a urine test sponsored by the State Athletic Commission, and it has to be done immediately after the fight. And it has to be a observed urine test. Now, if you don't know what that means there's going to be some guy standing there looking at you behind a closed curtain, making sure you're not fucking putting some fake urine in there or using a whizzinator. Even Mike Tyson admitted to using the fake dick back in his day to pass a urine test, because he was puffing and snorting and drinking everything back then. But right now, man, it's steroids. And, you know, hair follicle tests, I don't know, man. You know, it all depends if it's a first offender, a second offender. You know, it really has to be, they have to get a new set of rules, standardized rules. They can't be going to Indian casinos and having sovereignty over state laws. It's got to be a standardized law for boxing. And, you know, it has to start at the very top. And, you know, there has to be medical personnel involved. And, you know, you would think, see, in bodybuilding, it's still to a crazy level. And I asked a few people if it's still going on in the gym. Hey, blood boxing, bro. Salute to you, my man. Peter Von Ock, salute to you, brother. And, you know, from what I was told, man, it's still just as crazy in the gym. These kids are still fucking sticking needles in their ass and, you know, looking like walking around, looking like gorillas, man, where, you know, you can see the difference. I've seen it firsthand. I've seen people. I've used roids myself, man. I know roids work, and they have an unfair advantage. And in a sport like boxing, they have no place, because this is, you know, boxing. We want it at its purest. You know, it's under regulations. It's a banned substance. You know, regardless of whether you have any kind of a morality about it, any kind of a say where fuck it, let them all use blah blah blah. If there's a rule that it can't be in your system, it can't be in your system. And this clomidine that they found, you know what this is? I think I've mentioned it before. I've never mentioned it on my show, but I'm going to tell you what it is. You know, it's a fertility drug that women take, and what that does is it suppresses estrogen, which means women see estrogen and testosterone. That's how they can tell if you use steroids. Until recently, now they test for individual substances. But the ultimate way is to take a TE test, testosterone to estrogen ratio. And anyway, the body has a miraculous way of evening itself out. If you have too much estrogen, it'll produce more testosterone. Too much testosterone, it'll produce more estrogen. Anyway, there's a ratio, a scale between that, and if you're beyond that normal scale, then they'll test you for the individual compounds. But anyway, when you get off of a steroid cycle, everyone takes what they call, post cycle therapy, PCT, and that includes something called HCG, and it includes something called Clomid, which is Clomidine is just a generic version of Clomid. It's standard, man. Anybody who's used steroids with any responsibility, if you can kind of count that as being responsible, they take this post-cycle therapy. It stops the estrogen from rushing into your body after you stop putting artificial testosterone in there, because the effects of too much estrogen are boobs, bitch tits they call them. You get just feminizing qualities, which men definitely don't want, absolutely don't want. And it also keeps it allows your natural testosterone production to kick back in. And what they caught him with, that wasn't a performance enhancing drug. Yeah, but that was part of a very, very well thought out performance enhancing drug cycle. I don't know what we could compare that to. I don't know, man. Throwing the last shovel full of dirt on the grave, and I don't know what I was throwing that on, but anyway, man, it's guilty as far as I can see. If I was on a committee, man, that's a banned substance, and it's banned for a reason, because it's part of a drug cycle put together by people who knew what was going on, and you can't talk your way out of it. Plead for mercy, man. I read 4 years today in one of the boxing publications, so we'll see what happens in that. But that was one of the features of the weekend. That was the non-fight, and I thought that was going to be the biggest issue of the weekend. Make sure you drink water. I think I said that earlier today, but man, stay hydrated. This is it, man. Alcohol, everybody loves it. I haven't touched alcohol in over 20 years. Caffeine, soda, juice, none of that shit. I drink water. Water is what you need. Water replenishes the organs, the largest organ in your body, the skin, and some will say no, but anyway, man, water is the key. Water is the key. Breaking news: Connor Ben pregnant with twins. Carl, you fucking funny bastard, you. Well, Clomid, like I said, it's a very common thing amongst steroid users. It's what they've been told by the gurus in the locker room to take after a cycle, and it's just part of it. Way back from the days of I don't think they bothered with that during Arnold's time, but after the boxers started getting bitch tits just after Arnold, then during the Frank Zane years, my mind goes blank in that sport, but I knew all the Mr. Olympians, the Mr. Universes back then, but anyway. It's a regular part of cycles now, and I think he's found caught red-handed. He didn't plan his off-cycle time quite long enough, and they found out that he had this drug in his system, a B sample, which is really it's a new thing basically now, the A sample and B sample. I never knew what that was, and I was involved with organizations that did drug testing. It was a one-shot urine test, and athletes failed it, but they were caught red-handed. I never heard of get the B sample. I guess that's a new thing now. That's testing is big money, professional operations that do it. So goes the drug saga. We lost a good fight. All the fighters on the card. I don't know how that works. The business end of boxing. If they don't get paid, they lose all this money. Their whole camp for nothing. And trainers, everybody, man. It's ugly. It's a fucked up thing fucked up side of boxing. And what's going to happen? Are we just going to keep doing these? pull these tests. What did they say? This test was done a month ago, or 2 weeks ago, whatever it was. But they released the results at the 11th hour. Al Money, salute my brother. Thank you for stopping by, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate you, brother. Salute. And once again, it makes boxing. It puts it in the fucking in the world of fucking of shit, man. We're not getting any new fans. You think fans are gonna pay money to watch boxing? Just do. Salute my brother. Peace to you, man. You think they're gonna pay for pay-per-views and even ESPN Plus, things like that, different apps? It's just not worth it, man. It's not worth it. Boxing has to cultivate new fans. New fans aren't going to come to boxing. Boxing has to go to them and bring them in, and it's just not happening today. Especially when we get complete cards canceled over drug use, and then next weekend they're stacking boxing upon us. There's going to be boxing on all day. I was trying to get a little bit more info on the times, and it looks like they're gonna put the Haney fight on before the Wilder fight. I mean, I guess I hope they don't overlap these fights. That's my point. Because when they do this, man, this is just boxing shooting itself in the foot. It's tough enough to get the fans that we have. Hey, Con Shawnee, salute my brother. Thank you for coming by, man. So, we're getting the, where was I, man? See, I pay attention to the thought, but my stoned mind, lose the train of the thought. But then I get back on it and everything is good. Take another toke. Get into boxing that we saw last night, because man, I was totally entertained last night. The card that we had, man, the Fandora and the Ocampo, bro. I was entertained, man. I didn't have to switch channels around. Half of it was on. I mean, for anybody who paid for Showtime, it was free Showtime. So Showtime is something you have to pay extra for, right? Because I don't, man. I have a thing that I found the other day. I was looking for Fox News. I wanted to see something on Fox News. I wanted to see how they were talking about. I don't remember what the fuck it was, but I found this site and it's got like 70 channels on there. It's almost like getting your old cable, your old basic cable. But it's got HBO, Showtime, Cinemax, and ESPN and ESPN Plus and DS, and I mean it's got everything. It's got every cable channel. But my point is, I guess they were trying to do it legit, showing the free stuff on Showtime. Which the first card was awesome too, man. I mean the free stuff. I wasn't paying too much attention. A comp with Fandora's sister. I watched a little bit of it, but man, hate me. I'm not a fan of women's boxing. I'll watch it. Like I'm gonna watch Clarissa Shields Saturday. Not if it's running head to head with either Wilder and Helenius or Kambosos and Haney. And I'm sure, and there's probably another fight they're throwing in there too. It's just it's insane. You better have a wife that loves boxing, that loves a husband that loves boxing, or tolerates it anyway, man. Yeah, you have to pay extra for Showtime. Yeah, Iceman, there you go, man. But anyway, I guess that's a step in the right direction, because that's a popular channel. That'll get some fans to watch it. If it's an interesting fight, they have to sell it right. They have to whet the public's appetite for it. Have these the 24/7s they used to have on HBO. Go back to the fighter's origin a little bit. Show them some stuff. But hey, boxing today is fucking crazy. It's fucking nuts, man. But the Fandora card, man, I'll tell you, I thought the most impressive fighter on there was that Carlos Adames. Montiel, he wiped the floor with him. You know, Montiel he'd gone a tough 12 with Charlo, with Mal Charlo, and he was nothing. He got destroyed. It was vicious. That was a fight to remember on the card, man. That kept it real interesting, man. It kept it real interesting. And there was what was the other card, the other fucking card that we saw on there, man. There was oh shit, man. I was watching it over Tim's. It was Martinez. Martinez against Anciaz. Was that his name? Anciaz. But this Fernando Martinez, he won the fight easily. He's another one, man. This is a a super featherweight, junior super bantamweight. I mean, they got so many titles out there now, and so many belts going around. But yeah, man, that was another awesome fight. The kid had blue hair. He only had about 13 fights, and Anciez was he was the champ who got beat by him, and he had 10 defenses before he had gotten beat. So, he was definitely not a chump, a Filipino fighter. He was looking good earlier, but this Martinez is a classy guy. Watch him, man. Watch him with that blue hair. He looks fun. He looks exciting, and he's got some gold out there. So keep the eyes on him. Keep the eyes on him. And Sebastian Fendora, that was crazy, man. I think it looks like referee Jack Reese seemed to steal the show there. This guy, I don't know what was going on with him, but I mean, Jack Reese. It seems like everywhere he goes, he creates a story. I think he likes being the story, but let me go back to while it's fresh on my mind on Showtime. We saw fucking Kavalauskas, man, the Mean Machine. And he was fighting Mikhail Fox, who was kind of a darling of Showtime. And man, old Mean Machine, Kavalauskas, whatever his name is, man. He looked good. He looked good remember they said supposedly I thought he dropped Bud Crawford, and he had Virgil Ortiz doing a little dance in the second round. But man, he's a tough kid out of where's he out of one of those Eastern European countries. Somebody told me yesterday. I forgot already. But very entertaining fight. I mean, he was much smaller. Fox, it looked like Fox was Fedora higher than him. It had to be Lithuania. There we go. My man Concho, the fact checker. Thank you, my brother. But yeah, Eastern European country of Lithuania. And I bet he's living in the United States now, man, making some dough. I don't think he wants to go to Lithuania making Showtime money, but yeah. So he's gonna be up for another fight, and he looked good. I think he knocked Fox down a couple of times in the fight early, and he was dominant. It was a good fight, man, real good fight. Like I said, the whole card it was entertaining from beginning to end. The main event, I definitely dug that main event, man. That was the one we were waiting for. Unfortunately, that wasn't the best fight of the night, but that was. What can you say about Sebastian Fendora? Where would he go from here? Sebastian Fedora, he definitely was looking weird. Was looking weird after the fifth round. He started really running out of gas. You know that bullshit with Jack Reese, man. The referee going in there and telling him. I've seen referees say, pick it up, kid, or I'm going to stop the fight. But I've never seen a ref say exactly what he said. I can't remember the words verbatim, but it was like, you're not looking at good. It was real weird. You got to come on, get with it, come on, like just no place. And then after that, a few rounds later, he claimed that his corner had dumped some ice in the ring intentionally to stop the fight. To interfere a little bit with it. Hey, Pound, salute my brother, salute. So. Jack Reese right there making a lot of controversy going into the fight. He says he's not gonna. He said I'm not gonna take a point away from you. I'm gonna take your money. I don't know what kind of an unveiled threat that was. I'm gonna fucking mug him after the fight or what? But, man. But it was definitely for me a great evening of boxing, man. I enjoyed it thoroughly. I didn't get to bed until I think it was 1:11 when I finally shut everything down. But we definitely had some good shit going on last night, and it was I don't even think I didn't even think it was PBC until I started watching. Hey, Reggie Owens, my brother. Reggie, I want to speak a little bit about what happened over there today too, and it lit a spark under my ass. Cause man, Reggie Owens is doing a lot of stuff that I wanna I wanna piggyback off of, man. I'd like to do some stuff with him, man. We get into some famous crimes back in the past, man. Cause that used to be my thing. Hey, my brother, the lost art of boxing, man. Cue to God. Salute, my bro. Salute. Slugger Sam, man. Thank you for coming by. And Jeff Lucietta. But yeah, man, there was one in Rhode Island, man. Right? It wasn't 10 miles away from me. It was called, the dude was named Christopher Hightower. And, he's a motherfucker. He ended up killing his business partner, the whole family. And it was a nationwide thing, man. And the fucking Charles Manson family, bro. I was a fan of that while it was going on, and I read Helter Skelter so many times and watched the movies. Vincent Migliosi. Bro, yeah, man, that would be. We're gonna have to do a little collaboration on that, Reggie. I think we can put out some killers, man. But anyway, man, today, man, that fight that you had on there, Mike Tyson and Tyrell Biggs, dude, I remember that like it was yesterday, man. Fucking 1987, yeah, baby. That was fine times, man. I was doing a lot of drugs back in 1987, so real fast year. But Mike Tyson, he came on the scene 86, 87, 88. Unbelievable. Those 3 years. I don't know if any heavyweight all time who could have beat Mike Tyson in those 3 years. I don't know what the fuck he was on, if it was fucking just cage animalistic youth, or the vast knowledge that he had from living with Customato. I got a text here. Let me see if it's real, or see if it's important. The fuck is that? Oh, that's no, that's not what I want. There, let me see who texted me. Excuse me, just for a second. I had these cheap phones. I'm talking to Reggie. It says boxing conversation with Reggie Owens. NFL's prediction of Tom Brady is why I don't watch the NFL. Protection of Tom Brady. Reggie, I'm from New England, man. You're talking to the wrong guy. Tom Brady came and gave us these fucking Super Bowls that we never ever dreamed of having or never had since, man. We went to the gates of the Super Bowl a couple of times, man. Chicago kicked our ass, and then fucking Green Bay Packers. Oh. I can't say anything bad about Tom Brady. He gave us world titles, Super Bowl titles, but fuck him. He turned on us. He showed us. He showed us his loyalty, and that's NFL. I don't even watch NFL anymore. Sundays, I wouldn't. I'd be still watching NFL, man. I'd be watching it from about 11 in the morning till fucking 11 at night. Maybe a couple of pizzas and a case of beer in between. You know, that was back in the day, man, way back in the day. But it does not interest me anymore. I like boxing, and not only the boxing we saw last night and we're going to see next weekend, but like Reggie was showing today, man, the classic stuff. I'm going to start doing more of that, man. I love that kind of boxing. I love chopping it up. And a lot of those fights, man, I was sitting right there. I was watching them. A lot of them, I wasn't a kid. I was a fucking young man. I knew boxing. I was fucking reading the magazines every week, in and out, and good shit, man. But yeah, what else is bugging the shit out of me about boxing? You know what's bugging? Not only the inactivity that every boxer's having, it's almost like, you fight 4 times a year, man. You're Henry Armstrong. It's like, we're not asking you to be another Henry Armstrong. We're asking you to show yourself, to improve yourself, to climb the ladder. Not like Jerron Boots Ennis. We were talking about this at Mad Chads, but we've been talking about it for weeks, man. The man has fought once all year, 2 rounds in a year, and we're saying he's mandatory contender. He needs a title shot. He's if the title situation doesn't get cleared up, if Ennis and Crawford don't fight, then he's gonna be him and Virgil Ortiz should fight for the title. And, so much bullshit. But I mean, let this guy fight, dude. Let him fucking earn his ratings. Who has he fought? This thing with these champions fighting once a year. How about Jermell Charlo? He's undisputed super welterweight champion, 154 pounds, and he's fighting for the last 3 years. You check it out, man. 1920, 1921, 1922, once a year. You know what that does, man? It sends a signal out. Why do boxers want to bother when, if he's fighting once a year and you're in the top 10, it's like a lottery. What's your chance of even going to be called when he's going to even want to defend the title? There aren't 5 people in front of you, and in 5 years your career is basically over, the peak of your career. And or maybe not now. Maybe if you're only fighting once a year, but that's the difference in boxing. Would we settle for a team in the NFL playing once a month in the season? That's it. You know that, Cuban. Boxers have to fight more. They absolutely do. That's what fighters do. I don't understand how they're making they're not making the money that they could be making if they fought more. I don't understand it. Maybe boxers know something. Maybe they don't want to be that the broke generation of old boxers. But see, I think they have their financial careers set up a little bit better. They have trusted financial advisors now. Everything is pretty much out in the open. There's not sneaky investments going on. Maybe there is. I don't know, man. I don't. You know what I invest in? I invest in the electric company. I invest in the cell phone company, the cable company. I pay my bills every month. That's my investment. But boxers have to fight more often. They can't bottleneck these titles. So you have 4 belts, and you have those 4 belts defended once a year against one opponent. Is that bullshit? Does that gain any new fans? A new fan's gonna look at that and say, oh, that's a sport I'm gonna follow. Plus, I'm gonna pay $74.95 to watch. To watch it when a good fight, not when a great fight comes on. When what they deem a good fight comes on. So it's boxing's fucking got some. It's in some unfriendly waters. every week I look at the good and the bad. I'm looking what's going to be happening next weekend, also fast. Finally we're going to see Wilder out of retirement. And, let's face it, man, love him or hate him, Wilder's excitement in the heavyweight division. He's a knockout puncher. He knocks out everybody that he fights except for Tyson Fury. And we'll see what happens with him. We'll see if he's still got it. If those tremendous beatings that he took are going to take anything out of him. Once again, inactivity. Thrill Hill, my brother, salute. Yeah, you're right, bro. It's they all fight on YouTube, on Twitter. Everybody wants to do it out on YouTube and on Twitter and fucking Facebook or whatever media you're fucking around with. But man, this isn't real. This is not fucking real. I mean, dude. I have no hostility with anybody on this whole YouTube fucking family. It's boxing. I love boxing. I love so many different opinions of boxing. I go to so many different sites, and I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks about where the fuck I go, because man, I like opinions. I like to hear what this one's saying and that one's saying. Then I'll do a little bit of research and check it out and see what I think. And especially the opinions about the hey Oscar, salute my brother. About these the new, I don't know what you call them, man. I guess some people call them new media. These the people who go out on YouTube and on Twitter and tell us what's going on. These people they're in the know, so it's cool because we're getting very much quicker information than we ever could have gotten in my day. I mean, dude, this isn't put out on a radio program or fucking ESPN or in the newspaper. This is a twit from one of the dudes who's working with Bob Arum, who's working behind the scenes. Guys like Glazer and Carpenter. I don't know these guys personally. I've spoken to them on this YouTube platform, but I know they have a lot better connections than I do. And this is what's cool. We can get this information, and sometimes it gets blurted out when people make an asshole out of themselves, and I've learned that a few times. Just kind of keep it in. But it's a different era of boxing, man. That's what I'm saying. I'm from the day where the fights were made and fights were plenty, and man, you look at records of fighters. And we just had the fucking Atlantic City Hall of Fame. I wish I was there. Even my boys from Tim Witherspoon Productions, man, they wanted me to go down there, man. I should have went. All the great fighters that were there, man. I saw some film that they took. Man, it was like these guys that I watched. Pinklin Thomas was there, man. Roberto Duran was there. Fucking Ray Mercer. Tim Witherspoon. I mean, I can go on and on if I can get my mind clicking into it. But man, Tim wanted me to go down there and do interviews with some of the fighters. And oh man, Shannon Briggs was scaring him, and he's going. And Tim says, "You would have got the interview with him because he was only going to interview for me." There were a lot of YouTubers there, but I mean, it would have been cool. And I'm gonna try to get myself in order and get to these events if I can, because this is definitely this is a kid in a candy store. Meeting these guys in person, and we'll see, man. And the thing is, I go see it, you go see it, because I'm taking my phone with me, and I know how to hook it up to a show, and we can all get together there, and it's the beauty of boxing today. One of these things that I'm glad to be a part of, and it's gonna be a lot of fun, and they all better be smoking reefer too, man. I know Mike Tyson does. I'm planning on having a fucking bong session with Mike Tyson. That's gonna be a blast. But the fight's coming up, man. What's all going down there? Next Saturday. Let's check it out on here, man. see, the first one they have on my boxing schedule, box.live. Shields versus Marshall. And they say it's on at, let's see, 14:30 Eastern Central Time. What's 14:30 Eastern Central Time? I don't have a 14 on my clock. But let's see. That's probably the afternoon, man. Because if it's live from Great Britain, man, that would be an afternoon show, which is cool because I love this live boxing in the afternoon. That'll be our warm up, and then we'll have, let's see. It says 2100 hours for Wilder. Well, I guess that's military time. So let's see. We should be able to figure this out. So Savannah Marshall is 1400 hours. That'd be like 3:30. 1430 hours. So I guess that one's going to be on at 3:30 my time. They've got the Wilder Hellenius card. And that's a pretty decent card, man. That's a pretty decent card and very easy to get. All you have to do is ask Google. Hey, L-Dub, salute my brother. You can ask me. Send me an email. itsbrucegoes at gmail.com. It's ITS Bruce Goes, one word. It's Bruce Goes, and I'll send you a link to watch those fights, man. Because fuck these pay-per-views, man. The quicker they stop those, the better boxing will be. I don't care what they do. They're gonna have to figure out a better way to do it because they're not getting their accurate count. We're not gonna pay for it. It's ridiculous. They have to figure out a different way to distribute boxing. Go back to cable TV. Use YouTube. Use the media that's out there today. You know how cool it was Saturday night to have that first card on YouTube, Kavalauskas and Fedor's sister. I mean, that was that was good stuff. That was the way it should be. Keep the whole card on there. What's the difference, man? I didn't have to change what one site that I was on. I didn't even remember the name of the one. I had 2 or 3 going. They were all coming in better and better every time I watch them. No lag, maybe one lag, but nothing noticeable. Nothing that's worth getting cable and Showtime or whatever. Whatever. Caleb Plant and Anthony Durrell, man, they've been jarring back and forth. Plant's gonna retire him, and Caleb and Durrell's gonna kick his ass, and they're going back and forth. So it's got some validity to it as a decent fight that's coming up. I'm looking forward to that one, man. And then we got Gary Antonio Russell, the bantamweight brother of the Russells. And then, man, my heavyweights. Looking Frank Sanchez. The links that I'll give you will get you every boxing show on there, man. It'll get you every card on there. It's they're just so plentiful out there, and there are several of them, man. You can get them. You can ask Google, and Google will get you there. Tell Google you want to see Strikeout Boxing, and they'll give you a link to it. And every fight you want to see. Boxing will get the message. Boxing going to have to make better bouts if they're going to charge pay-per-view quality. They're going to have to make quality, and they're going to have to figure out a way to sell it where we can't just get it over the internet. This is a different age. If they're going to give us if a boxer's going to fight once a year, we're going to figure out how to watch that fight. So they're not going to pull one over this fat cat's eyes. Believe me, I've been watching boxing for too long, since the fucking 1960s, and I'm going to watch it until they start throwing dirt on me. I'm going to say, wait a minute. I want to catch the fight Saturday night, but. we're gonna go to Australia, man. Don't forget about that. Then they have a DAZN fight in here too, man. Super lightweight. But then, we want to go to Australia. We want to see the undisputed. We want to see Devin Haney, beat this pesky Cambosos. He's got to put on a better showing, or I don't even know what he's going to do, man. Of course he's going to say he's going to look better this time. He knows what he did wrong. He's going to be more aggressive, blah, 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 blah. But what do you think Devin Haney's going to do? We're not hearing that drama about his father not being allowed in the country and everything else. And we're not hearing any of the bullshit we heard last time. Remember, you rat, you're a rat, you're a rat. It was all over the fucking internet. It was like, no, man, maybe they're buddies now. I don't know, bro. I don't know, man. But this is for the undisputed lightweight championship of the world. And we have many, many lightweights now that want a shot at the winner of this fight. If I was a betting man, the odds are going to be off the wall. So I don't even think this is a fight worth betting on. But we do have the mystique of seeing undisputed. You don't see it too often. I'm there watching it. I think Haney's going to beat him again decisively. He just has too much talent. I think Cambosos is predictable. I think he had his one night of fame. And, a fighter like Devin Haney has got too much talent for him. He's not going to get hit. He's not going to fall into a slugfest. He's not going to go Teofimo Lopez with him. He's gonna outbox him, make him pay for his mistakes, and I think we're going to see that again. It's not going to be the most exciting fight in the world, but then again, who knows, man? Who the fuck knows? Boxers can change. We've seen the non-knockout boxers come around with these surprising knockouts. But then again, man, it usually happens as planned. Fandora yesterday. Hey, Opulent LD, man. Salute, my brother. Thank you for stopping by. Fandora, he didn't play into the stereotypical. The first 3 rounds he was on his toes. He was boxing. He was looking real good, and then it got to be what do they call it, man? A phone booth war. It was just a lot of inside work, and then it became the fight evened itself up. And Campos, he was close on the scorecards, and it wasn't until the last round where Cambosos back on his toes, doing what he should have been doing originally, using his leverage, using his height, using his jab. But he's a fighter. He comes from that family. He'll probably live or die by that code. And then yesterday, man, when I was watching the live films from, hey, Freeze and salute to you, man. The live films from the Atlantic City Hall of Fame inductions. I saw Danny Little Red Lopez. Man, you could tell it was him when, because I know now. I know these guys aren't going to look like the guys in the photographs behind me. It's life. And Danny Little Red Lopez, he's got dementia, from what I understood. But his eyes lit up, man, when people recognize him, because I guess he doesn't get out much. And that's one of the real ones, man. That's one of the guys I used to watch on a Saturday afternoon. So many, a lot of the fights we show are the fights that he lost. We show the Salvador Sanchez fights and Sometimes I do that, you know, when I'm around fighting. Some of the greatest fights were the fights they lost, or just some of the fights we like to see. But Little Red Lopez, he had some killer fights, man. Came in with the Indian dress on. Micah Yale, I beat him in a classic 15-round fight, and oh, I'd have to start looking in my boxing rec, but I watched all those fights, and once I saw the names, I said, oh yeah, I remember that fight, man. You know, if I get down to it, when the pressure's off, the names come easy. But you know, when I want to do it, when I'm doing it like this, sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But yes, man, yes, Sean. Daniel Red Lopez was entertaining as hell because thing was he used to go down a lot. He used to get knocked down several times. I used to see him. He got off the deck and he had this right hand. He had this Ernie Shavers. You know, he had this fucking Max Schmeling. This fucking Max Bear. I mean, this Deontay Wilder. This right hand from nowhere, and it was like a bazooka, and boom, it would decapitate the opponent, and everybody loved him. He would fight 4 times a year on CBS. He'd fight on undercards. He fought on an undercard of an Ali fight, and you know, he was well known, well respected amongst boxing fans back in the day. And then seeing him yesterday getting inducted into the Atlantic City Hall of Fame. I don't know if he's in the International Boxing Hall of Fame. I'm gonna do some research on him. I'm gonna try to get in touch with him, man. You know, sometimes it's all it takes is a phone call, and you know, it's happened before. So we're gonna see what's up there, man. It would be great, even a half hour, whatever, man. I'm sure if we started showing some fights and started talking, and you know, we'll see what's up. This is one of the reasons that I embrace YouTube. You know, it's something I could never do. You know, Tuesday night fights, yeah, bro. Get them on there. Get them on anytime they can come on, like we did with the great Bobby Quarry, man. You know, I say the great man. He is from a great family, great guy too, man. Talking to him, what a nice man, and you know, he rich boxing history. You know, I found a Mike Quarry fight because him and Mike were close. You know, I mentioned the Bob Foster knockout, and he turned white as a ghost. He said I was screaming. You know, and I saw it, and it was maybe there was the wrong thing to say, but you know, there were no topics off limit. You know, we talked about him going to prison, everything. He's a real gentleman. And anyway, getting back to my point, he was going to come on the little thing that I do with George and Chad and G5 and Trick Nolte, because Trick gets me the access to these guests. But anyway, I had it all set up last Tuesday night for Bobby Quarry, and you know, I talked to him in the afternoon. We even did a test run because that's, you know, I'm trying to learn these things instead of just you know, planning it and just doing it off the hook. Like I did that with Marlon Starling, and when it came time to get on the show, Marlon couldn't get on. Something happened. You know, he just wasn't internet savvy. A lot of these old boxers, man, the guys that I grew up with, I'm not internet savvy. I'm just learning this stuff and, you know, playing around with it and kind of learning as we're going along. But you know, I didn't get that interview with Marlon Starling. I talked to him on the phone for a couple of hours, and damn, great stories. And when it came down to hook it up, we couldn't do it. But you know, I'm learning as we're going along. And anyway, man, I was gonna, you know, Bobby told me to give him a call just before we go online, so he'll remember. Okay, I mean, hey, man, I forget too. Believe me. A little guy like Bruce Gass out in the middle of nowhere that's got about 500 subs calls me up and wants to do a show. Oh yeah, man, that's going to my fucking diary of things to do. Put it on my Apple phone. But anyway, man, I called him up and I was getting no answer. I'm getting nervous. You know, what the fuck, man? I was expecting it. I kind of took it personal. He must have saw my name go up there and fuck him. I don't want to go on there. They're gonna make fun of us. They're gonna make fun of Jerry. But anyway, man. He told me he put his phone in his pocket and hit the ringer shut off. I know how that happens. Happened to me tonight, as a matter of fact. I heard a zzz, zzz, and I yelled to my wife, hey, I think somebody's calling you on your phone. I looked and mine was on, and it was an important call too. I grabbed it, but anyway, man, I did the show, and we talked about shit, and we talked about. I think we even showed some quarry fights on there. We had a good time, and we killed a couple of hours. It was fun. It's what I dig doing on here, man. Communicating. Unfortunately, I should have more people on here with me, but I don't shut up. I talk over people and I dominate. That's why I do it myself over here. I try not to go on a lot of panels anymore because I'm a chat room bully. I talk over people and I take over these panels, and that's not what I want to do. But I have no control over it, so I said I better get a channel so I can do my own. And then I did a few panels and I didn't like it, so I said fuck it. Yeah, Sean. Yeah, we talked about all that shit. He wasn't around for the He wasn't around for much of Jerry's career, and Jerry didn't grow up in the house with him. Jerry was already gone. Oh, you must have seen it, bro. It was a fun thing, but as soon as the show got over, I got a text, and I spoke to him for a couple of days. We exchanged phone calls, and I text, but I never got text back, so I didn't assume him to be a texter, and then I got a text right after I did my show. Let's see if I can bring it up here, man. I always like having receipts, as they say. Receipts. Yeah, I got my receipts, but right after the show, I got a text from him. Let's see if it comes up here. My phone is so loaded up with stuff. I wish I could get it unloaded. It always tells me I have too much on here. But he said, I'm totally sorry. I waited for this call. Thought I would never get, honestly, I don't know what happened. But I had my phone with me. But, that was okay. I said, bro, this is YouTube, man. Even though when I first started doing the Tuesday Night Fights thing, I don't know, man, maybe it's got a sacred name. I'll probably get slapped for a fucking copyright on it down the road. Once I get 1,000 subs and more people get to see it. I was taking it more seriously a little more back then, and not that I in fact, I devote more of my effort, my energy, my sincerity into it now. But I just realized this is YouTube, and this is just go live, uploading. Maybe I should do some of that too, because I have a few things I want to, a few humorous things that come around, and a few things that they don't deserve the time of a live, but it seems like a live is more fun and more personal. Get my brother Con on there, man, keeping me company over there, and we can talk about what's going on in the world of boxing, in the world of jazz, in the world of professional wrestling. I don't know if there's anything on there tonight. I'm gonna get more involved in that again, because I used to dig professional wrestling, and there's some cats I know in the business, behind the scenes. I can get a lot of good info on there. I gotta get them on here, man. Talking about some of the shit. Yeah, Mike Weaver's another one, great fighter, man. So many great ones on there. I heard Mike Weaver on an interview not too long ago, maybe 2 years ago, and yeah, I'd like to contact Mike Weaver. He was one of the guys that I dug Mike Weaver. That was one of the I rooted for Mike Weaver all the time, man. I was always a fan of Mike Weaver. After the Larry Holmes fight, I really dug. Hey, Tony Boswell, my brother. Salute, man. Show support. Hit that like button. Kicking back over here. And tomorrow is a holiday in my state. And it's hard to believe. I can tell a holiday around here. You don't have to put your trash out. And in Rhode Island, we still celebrate Columbus Day, where I think it's a state and a local holiday, which basically means if you work for the town, hey, my brother George Jakovic. If you work for the town, you get, hey, what's happening, my brother George, man? Always good to see you. Always good to see you, my brother. Maybe we'll put some fights on. Shit. I love watching boxing. Watch some old fights, because old fights are where it's at. Anybody want to come up and say hi? I'll throw a link out there. It's a Sunday night. We can watch some heavyweight fights that make sense compared to this garbage that they're giving us now. Hellenius and Wilder is a pay-per-view. $80, $74.95, I believe. I'm sorry, I can't do it. I was watching a fight today. This is a Danny Little Red Lopez fight. Let me see if I can pull this one up. This is a fight that is like a killer fight, man. This is a great fight.
To another evening of exciting professional boxing.
Let me bring this up with my power of boxing here. They changed this they changed our StreamYard thing too with sharing. They just changed the wording. They didn't change the process. But anyway, man, Danny Little Red Lopez. This is a fighter. Check out this dude here, man. This is the mid-70s. I didn't even know the date of this. This is 1975. This is December 4th, 1975 at the Olympia, Los Angeles, California. Danny Little Red Lopez. And look at the cops at ringside, man. They have riot gear on. I mean, they're ready for some kick-ass shit over here. But this is Ruben Alvarez. They call him Rockabye Ruben. Look at them ring card girls too. Woo-hoo! Rockabye Ruben Alvarez. He was a killer. He was a bantamweight champ. He was a super bantamweight champ. And now he's taking on Danny Little Red Lopez. And man, this is boxing. This guy is the guy that I used to when I see him on TV Guide, and it was Ruben Alvarez, when it was Danny Little Red Lopez fighting, it was going to be action. Now you want to see an action-packed fight. You want to see a fight that today you would say, wow. I mean, these are featherweights. Who's fighting featherweight today, man? Give me some names out there, and you tell me how they would look. And let's watch the first round of this fight. This is a title elimination, and what they meant back in the day is, you beat the winner of this fight gets a fight with the champion. I think it was a guy named Dave Cote back then who ended up fighting the winner of this fight. But check this out. And Alvarez, he's beaten Bobby Chacon. I mean, dig him up in BoxRec if somebody's got another screen on him. You're gonna see a resume of who's who in boxing. But yeah, man, seeing Danny Little Red Lopez last night at the Hall of Fame was like, wow. And you could see the face in there. That he has that handlebar mustache. He still does. A little grayer, a little slower, but man, I mean, check this action out. These guys don't fool around. This is hardcore. This is West Coast boxing. This was the featherweights. This was the Coupe de Ville, and back in the the mid-70s. The Olympic Auditorium. 3 ropes. They used to wrestle in that same ring. They had the turnbuckles there. Those are the kind that George Animal Steel would be chomping on. Now remember, this is the first round. This is the feel-out round. So they have to make sure they have to download information here. Get their opponent's reach, their style. You know, don't go too crazy in the first round. And these are the punches. This Ruben Alvarez, he would break livers. You'd be pissing blood for a week after fighting Rockabye Ruben. And like I said, Danny Little Red Lopez had a right hand like a cannon. The left hook wasn't bad either. There he goes, man. He's already down for the first. He's trying to get the feel back in his legs. Hey, man. That didn't look like much of a punch, but we'll see that again, I'm sure. And there goes Alvarez. He knows he's got him hurt, but he's got to be wary because Danny Lopez is a knockout puncher in his own right. And there goes Ruben Alvarez. Damn. The Alvarez knows he went down too. He's more frustrated than he is taking the count on one knee. There was the knockout of the knockout of Alvarez. Look at that, the right hand. No, the left hook. Whoa. Danny Little Red Lopez, who packs a dynamite in his right hand, knocked him down with a left hook. Anyway, I guess the filming of this is a little spliced up wrong. George Jakovic must have done this back in the HBO studios. I think the timing is off a little bit, so the round is over. And that was round 1 too. That was round 1 of this duel coming up here. But we've got the up and coming Danny Little Red Lopez, and we've got the bar. You know they say raise the bar. This is the bar. Rockabye Ruben Alvarez. Any fighter from the West Coast, any fight fan from the day. Boom, the right. Oh no, it was the right hand. Whoa, I thought it was the left hook. Damn me, that right hand. They're not showing the knockdown of Lopez, but they're showing the knockdown of Alvarez. So let's say they have their own agenda here, as we are so proud of saying. A feel out first round thrill hill. You got that, my brother. And here they go, man. They're fighting inside a phone booth here. No referee needed. Lopez is trying to push him back, get a little leverage. Alvarez is putting his head up, putting his gloves up to his ears and just trying to put his head on Lopez. Now he's getting away a little bit, trying to throw that big right hand, man. Yeah, these guys, no feeling out process here. This was fun, boxing at its finest. That's why I was going to talk to Reggie Owens, maybe to Blood Boxing. You know, we can put on fights like this, man. You know, might even be able to get some participants and start calling some of these fights on a regular basis. I know they were talking about OG's boxing. As a matter of fact, the OG KQ was talking about it today. I was in there, and you know, I gave him my usual salute, and he was talking about it. He was talking about Thomas Hearns, and he says, Bruce Gas, he said, you know, we had that OG boxing with Fanon, and you know, it was over 40 guys, and man, you would have fit really good back in there. And I'm like, you know, I'm thinking, shit, man, let's just do it again. Let's do fucking 2.0, whatever the hell they call it today. But I mean, dude, these fights are just so classic, and they never get old. And I didn't even know this one was online today. Mad Chad asked me about finding a fight that Lopez won, and I said, well, let's see this one. I don't know who wins this fight. When I saw it, I said, let's put it on and see. And I saw Ruben Alvarez and Little Red Lopez, who we were looking for. Oh, and there goes Alvarez down again from a fucking whatever it was, man. He's down now and he's having a tough time getting off the mat. Taking that count. I mean, this is a veteran. Referee stopping the clock, wiping the rosin off his gloves and getting him back in there. Well, I guess he didn't stop the clock. I guess he was just telling Lopez, wait, give him the mandatory 8 count. Protect him from what, bro? I mean, the fucking guy's a millionaire. I thought he retired anyways. He back playing again? Let him have his fucking feud with his wife Gonzelle and split up his fucking 500 million and go make another 250 million. Let these fools buy his fucking TB12 pills and his fucking protein and that shit. And what the fuck? This is America. He made it, and he made it well. Look at these motherfuckers going at it. And fucking Danny Little Red Lopez looks like a ghost. He's fucking Snow White. Looks like a fucking Pillsbury Doughboy out there. And fucking Ruben Alvarez, the killer Mexican. This is a fucking war. And Alvarez is down again. What are we in the? This is the second round is just over. And here we go, man. This is the kind of boxing we need today, man. Watch these guys. You guys probably know who the trainers are in the corner more than I do, man. Because I wouldn't be surprised if you're going to see Nacho Barristan and, Reyes Sr. And here we go, round 3. I think it's a 10-round fight, man. Not going to be any more than that. These two, this is not going to go, not going to go to 10 rounds. We've already seen 3 knockdowns in the fight. And Danny Lopez looks like he's doing the stalking when he gets hit. Alvarez, he kind of gets dragged to the floor there. Mr. Pigeon, salute, my bro. Glad you could stop by. Getting tired of the fucking talking about Errol Spence and fucking Bud Crawford. And we talked about the fights last night. We talked a little bit about the fights this weekend. I'm sure shows are going to go nuts this weekend with all the chatter about the return of Wilder and about George Kambosos fighting fucking Devin Haney. Why does Devin Haney have to go there? And everybody's going to have an opinion. You signed a contract, bro. You know? Everybody cried. You took short money. You gave up all the conditions. Well, this is one of the conditions that you signed off for. You know, now you got the 4 weights. You're the king. You got to play by the rules. You know, he could have taken his belts and went home, and fought Tank and fought Lomo, whatever, and not had the rematch. But no, man, belts matter in this day and age. See, back then there were only 2 belts. Lopez and they were going after the WBC because that was from Mexico. That was where Ruben Alvarez was from. He's had the bantamweight, the super bantamweight. Now he's going for the featherweight. And Danny Little Red Lopez is in his way, and Lopez needs to beat Alvarez to get his title shot. So man, this was so important back in the day, and there were no interim champions. There were no silver belts, no fucking FIBOX, whatever the fuck they are now, man. You know, you had 2 minor titles, and then you had the 2 world titles. And this was good shit, man. Good shit. Alvarez banging him with that right hand, man. Danny Little Red Lopez is trying to do some boxing here, man. I think he's better off getting inside and slugging, man. This is 125-pound slugfest. Danny Lopez has got family in there. I know he had a brother, Ernie Lopez. He was a professional welterweight back in the day. Danny was his younger brother coming up. They were, like a lot of boxing families today. And Danny was the better fighter. Danny made it a lot further, won a world title. I think his brother Ernie probably did have a title shot. Anybody wants to look in Boxing Rec, man, check Ernie Lopez. Ernie Red Lopez. Both had red hair. Indians named Lopez with red hair. So I guess it's not the first. Canelo, red hair. Lopez, red hair. Who knows, man? Who knows? Here we go, man. We're in the 4th round. We've got a real action-packed fight here, man. This was boxing, and this was on a Monday night too. Anybody wants to think about boxing? I think they used to have Monday night at the Olympic Auditorium. It was a monthly fight series, and the only way you could get this if you had there were different over-the-air television services that would carry this. And there was one that I would get on a UHF channel, and not all the time, once in a while. And I think it was out of Philadelphia, and it carried the Spectrum's boxing and their basketball. It carried the 76ers, but it also would carry feeds from the Olympic Auditorium. And I think they might have had a deal with them. They would show their feeds. They traded them back and forth. So occasionally we'd get fights like this. I didn't see this fight live, but I did see a few fights live. They were on Spanish broadcast announcers. Like it was Bobby Chacon and Arcelino Freyas. I don't know if you guys remember him. He's the guy that Ray Mancini beat for his lightweight title. There you go, man. War a week. I kind of don't really know what I'm talking about, but when I think about these things, it all kind of makes sense. And I go babbling on here. And Puro, my brother, salute, man, salute. Hey, any of you guys want to come on here and talk some boxing? Want to maybe pull up another fight or so? You're more than welcome, man. You're more than welcome to come up here. Enjoying old Bruce Gas, hitting on the Toker too, and digging on some good boxing. I was totally enjoyable the weekend. It wasn't too much. They didn't stack them up, and all the fights turned out to be enjoyable. And what more can you ask for? The night before, I was saying before, man, in my state tomorrow, it's actually a holiday. Columbus Day. When I was a kid, it was a day off from school. Schools are closed tomorrow. Mail delivery, mails are federal, so mail will be delivered, I believe. And they even have, throughout the country, there are statues of Columbus, and they've been fucking desecrated. People dump paint on them. They have every year these Native Americans go there and protest. And, it's like nuts, but yet the fucking state still has this as a holiday. And there are others that they don't have. I can't even think of the ones they don't have anymore. But I dig holidays anyway. But the whole thing about Joseph, salute, man. Always a pleasure to listen to you, my bro. Always a pleasure there. But yeah, man, here we go. They're in the center ring over here, and we've got two of the greatest featherweights, junior bantamweights from the 1970s. Rockabye Ruben Alvarez, man. Puro knows Rockabye Ruben for sure, bro. Yeah, there's no quitting Alvarez, and Lopez too, man. Lopez was a kind of a guy where You had to take him out of that ring on a stretcher. I mean, when he got stopped by Salvador Sanchez, man, it was mercy stoppings. It was merciful. And Alvarez, another one, man. Kill or be killed. No need to separate these two, man. They are punching. And punching hard. I like to compare the sheer volume of punches with the amount of punches they throw today. You know, just the ferocity. And you look at the fighters today, you see a short burst, and then they go back into the defensive shell and they start holding. I mean, these guys are, every punch is a knockout punch here. They're going for broke. Selling the store, as they say. You know, Ruben Alvarez, I think he's a little bit moved on in his career here. You know, some bone crushing stuff. And you got to remember, man, these guys are 125 pounds. You know, seeing Danny Little Red Lopez yesterday, he doesn't look like he weighs much more than that. You know, he doesn't. He was small and kind of looked like my neighbor Raj. And you know, right away I said, yeah, man, this was cool. And he was brimming when he was down there. And people, Danny Little Red Lopez, smile on his face like no stranger has called him out in a while. He looks like a kind of a dude I would really like to talk to. And I wouldn't mention Salvador Sanchez around him, man. We'd talk about shit like this and, you know, whatever, man, whatever. It's funny, these cats, man, once you start talking to some of these old boxers, you get a real good vibe with them. You know, you can do a show for a couple of hours, man. Don Chagrin, the Olympia, the Forum. You know, boxing was big out in the West Coast. You know, unfortunately, like I said earlier, man, you know, until the network started taking interest in boxing, you know, where we had our weekly fights back in the late 70s, early 80s, you know, even through the 80s. But West Coast boxing didn't get the notoriety that it got out there. Out there, everybody was a boxing fan. You know, boxing was almost a regional sport. I guess it is now too, but now it's crazy. Now people they're so hostile. How can you be hostile toward a boxer? This is why I am so drawn to the old-time boxing, the old school. You know, I watch the fights as when they come on. I never miss a current fight. But man, I don't want to start hearing about all this bullshit anymore. I want to hear about the positivities, what went on during the fight. You know, let's talk about it then. Let's not talk about the contracts and A, B, crossing the street and all this shit I never even knew existed until I in my 60s came on YouTube and learned this fucking crazy business world of boxing, or what today's boxing fans find entertaining and talking about, instead of listening to guys like Scrapbook and, you know, and fucking the Librarian and Blood, man. And they'd rather go on these open panels and talk about bullshit. That's not the way you enhance your boxing knowledge. So I guess there's a few out there. I'm learning on a daily basis. I realize how little I know when I come on some of these sites and chop it up with some of you guys. But that's the beauty about boxing, man. Keep it real and keep it past, present, and future. Future. Who knows what's going to happen in boxing? That's the problem, man. We're not doing enough with the present, and that the future has got no. It doesn't have the hope, man. What does the United States have in the future right now in boxing? I can't name a single prospect in the Olympics. The Olympics aren't for a few more years, but man, Olympic boxing is dead in the water. There we go. My brother Pearl's up here to see me, man. What's
What up,
happening,
Bruce?
brother? How you doing,
Same
my
old, man.
brother?
I'm getting an echo. Is it me or you?
It's probably me, and what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to take off my I'm gonna take off the sound. Let me see if I still have the sound after I do this. To cancel this.
Testes.
The echo's probably gone right now.
Let's check. Still a little bit of echo.
Still a little bit of one.
No, it's gone now. It's gone.
All right, but I'll bet the music is gone too. I have to go back and let me put this on pause here for 1 second.
No problem. Take your time.
I'll be right back. But I want to see if the music is going to work when I put it back on again. Because see, like I said, man, StreamYard's playing these fucking games, Pearl. Let's see, put this on there. Where's my? Yes, continue that. All right. Okay, can you hear that right now?
Testes. Yeah, I don't hear an echo. Do you?
No, I don't hear an echo. But
Yeah.
the background.
Yeah, I hear like wind, like the ocean.
Well, let me see, man. I wanted to get. Let me see if I can put that on.
It sounds like if you put a seashell to your ear.
How about this right here?
You sound perfect.
Wait. There we go.
What up,
You hear
son?
that?
Yeah. No, I can't hear anything. Just yourself.
Yes, me. Yeah. See, right now they got this thing in here where it's it's an echo control for your mic, and if I use that, I can't put on any music in the background. But I can still put a fight on, but you can't hear what's going on in it. I'm gonna put the fight back on again.
Yeah, I couldn't hear the fight earlier. Just the music.
Yeah. Well, I didn't want to put the fight on it. Can
Now I
you
can
hear
hear
it
you.
all now?
Now I can hear you. Now I can't hear anything but yourself. But you sound clear.
Yeah. My buddy's coming over here tomorrow. My guy who knows computers. I'll have him go in here and see if he can freaking fix this problem. I think it's StreamYard that's doing it. Maybe I can find another fucking another way to put the broadcast out there. Because if I'm by myself on here, I can play the music in the background. Hey, shout out Picasso, my bro. Salute. But if somebody's on here and I do it, there's an echo in here. And if I put the echo control on, I can't play the music in the background. I think StreamYard doesn't want you to play music in the background in their shows anymore. That's all I can figure out. Only if you have other panels on there. So it's weird, but hey, it is what it is. And like I said, my geek will come down here tomorrow, and he'll straighten it out for me. I hope.
Yeah, he'll figure it out. You'll get it figured out.
You ever see this fight?
Yes, a few times. I haven't seen it in a while, but yeah, definitely.
Ruben Alvarez, tough fucking kid.
Yeah, man. Yeah, this was at featherweight. You know, he had. I mean, he won his fair share of featherweight fights, but like against certain fighters against the champs, you know, he just didn't have enough. And then he was a big partier too.
Mm, mm. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
man. Fast cars, fast women.
that's it. That's him. Yeah, my dad saw all these fights. You know, when they were in L.A. and shit.
Well, I was at the no, I wasn't at the Hall of Fame, but I was watching it with Tim Witherspoon. He had his business coordinator with the camera, and they were all there yesterday. Man, there was a full house over there.
That's cool.
So many great fighters from the past. Pinklin Thomas, Ray Mercer, Shannon Briggs, Duran was there, Vinny Paz was there. It was like a back to back. They just keep getting better and better. But of all people, Danny Little Red Lopez was inducted, and he was there. And man, he's a fragile old guy now, but uh, what a fighter he was, man.
Yeah, he was, man. He was a really good champion.
So yeah, I'm getting. Oh, look at this, man! Knocks him down again. Alvarez just
Yeah.
shaking. Does he want to get up? That's it. Count it out. I think he knew it was happening. And then that's when Danny Little Red Lopez went on to win his title. Had some great defenses on fucking CBS Wide World of Sports. Everybody fucking loved Danny Little Red. And see the cops. The cops are fucking riot gear at ringside because people were
Yeah.
crazy.
It's it's in L.A.
Yeah, yeah. People were fucking crazy. Look at them in there in the ring. Fucking people used to throw M80s, cherry bombs in there, and fucking coins in there.
Yeah, man.
Especially the Mexican fans with Ruben Alvarez. I bet they were like ready for a riot over there.
Yeah, this was pre-Chavez. Puas was the goat at this time, so yeah, this was at the end of his career too. I mean, it wasn't like the end of his career. He actually got a couple more title shots, I think, or maybe just one title shot, but he lost them, and he lost the trilogy to Chacon.
Oh, he lost it. I know I know. He knocked out Chacon pretty viciously.
Yeah, in the second fight, like that was like maybe like I would say 4 fights before this one. Yeah, he knocked out Chacon, but Chacon ends up knocking him out, I believe, in like 3 fights later, 4 fights later, something like that.
Let me pull up
He
one
went.
more. I've been on here for almost 2 hours, but let me. What fight you want to watch, Paulo?
It's puro, but
Oh, I'm sorry.
we'll let it slide. No, you're good. You're good.
As soon as I said that,
Um,
I said, what the hell did I say?
that's all good. That's all good, brother. It doesn't really matter to me. Let me see. Which fight. Let's fight. Which fight. Damn, I don't know. There's so many.
No, huh?
There's so many, man.
How about
Channel's choice.
all right, how about we'll watch Mike Weaver and Pinklin Thomas.
There it is. Yeah, I think he fought Eusebio Pedroza. I think that was his last big fight. Got knocked out. I think it was a knockout, if I'm mistaken. But yeah, that was a great champion. But it's his bread and butter was the bantams. At bantam, man, he was a destroyer. Imagine what he would have been if he was like kind of like a Floyd or like these uber disciplined. Probably would have maybe would have won some of these big fights.
Okay, here we go. Let's get this one up here. So I want to see it because I saw Pinklin Thomas yesterday at fucking at that Hall of Fame thing, and man, he was an awesome fighter when he was fighting back in the day. I thought he was going to do a lot better than he did, but that's when he fought Witherspoon for the title right there. And man, he's years have caught up with him. He had powerful addiction problems. He had
It's the '80s, man. I mean, the '80s were crazy.
well, this man right here. I think he made sure all the right people had plenty of coke when it came time for the fights. All Mike Tyson's opponents, they all seem to have plenty
Yep.
of coke.
And his fighters too, I'm sure.
And there's fucking Hull. And
I
Mike
was.
Weaver.
He's from Diamond Bar. Oh shit! All right. I got
He
family
looked
in
like
Diamond Bar.
he takes steroids, but I'd almost bet my life on it. I would guarantee he never took a steroid in his life. Never even lifted a weight. That's he was gifted like that. As long as he worked out, his muscles just grew in the right places. He was a fucking Marine. He was Ken Norton called him Hercules, and he's got
Mm.
uh, brothers, three triplicates. I guess like triplicates, but they look just like him. They're built just like him. They have the same muscles, and Pinklon Thomas, another one. When he's in shape, he had a ramrod jab too, man. KO'd 7 of his last 11, and he was deserving of a champion. But the word was, man, Don King didn't give a fuck about anybody but Mike Tyson at this time. He just
Mm.
he just threw him in there, and like I said, man, he gave him a lot of coke, kept them all fucking happy. I don't think Weaver did any recreational drugs. I don't know, man. I don't know, but he didn't seem like the type. But Pinklon, his career was destroyed by fucking drugs.
Mm.
Carlos
Yeah,
Cordova.
man. The '80s were nuts. I mean, I heard. I was 3 years old when this fight happened, so it's not by experience, but I heard like shit, man. Everybody was doing that shit.
It was crazy because people didn't know it was bad for you. People didn't have any clue how it was going to fucking bring you down. But
Mm.
a lot of people had to learn the hard way. A lot of people didn't make it out of it. Penguin Thomas destroyed his career, and Mike Weaver, man, he could have had a fight with Jerry Cooney. It was even signed, but the WBA stepped in and they made him fight James Quick Tillis instead. It was a boring fight, but he was a knockout puncher. He knocked out John Tate with that left hook. I can imagine him and Jerry Cooney exchanging left hooks.
Yeah.
But yeah, Pinklon Thomas, he was a WBC champ, and right here he was considered probably the best in the world. Larry Holmes wasn't fighting anybody. Mike Tyson was still a contender. Now, what year was this?
85.
85. Yeah, Tyson didn't win his first title till 86.
So he was getting there. He was getting there.
Yeah, and Weaver was kind of on the downslide because he beat John Tate for the title in 1980, and he only defended it a couple of times. He lost to Dokes, I think it was 81, 82, and it was all uphill climb after that for him. But he did have some amazing knockouts. Like he was supposed to be a stepping stone for Carl the Truth Williams,
Mm-hmm.
and he ended up knocking out Carl the Truth Williams. So we got another big payday. And this might be the that payday because that was on a Tyson undercard. I remember watching the fight. That was when Tyson was coming up. I think Tyson fought a guy named Jesse Ferguson, the Boogeyman.
Yep.
That was where he
Yeah.
got that saying, "I want to push his bone. I want to push his nose through his brain." Remember that saying he had?
Yeah, I do.
That was that was the fight. Mm. Yeah, Pinklon Thomas was looking good in this fight. I guess he kind of knew there was money to be made, and maybe it was before the drugs got the better of him.
Mm.
And like I said, he was the WBC champ. He was considered the best around at that, for a real short period of time. He had a great right hand. Look at him, man. Look at the fucking
Yeah,
heavy.
guys. Oh
Yeah,
shit, it's already down.
I
He's
I
like
think
really, really big, but he's like fucking super athletic.
yeah, yeah. I mean, and he's probably 6'4".
Oh wow.
235 pounds, 230 pounds. He's not small.
No, he's not.
He- almost like a Sonny Liston jab. That jab, he keeps it at his hip and just fucking like a telephone pole, keep pushing it out there. But
Yeah, I
that's
was
like,
gonna make. I was actually gonna say that about his jab. He has a really good jab.
yeah, it's kind of like a fucking Joseph fucking Joyce jab, Joe Joyce fucking, you know,
Yeah, fucking power jab, bro.
the kind that hurt.
Yeah, right.
But man, like I said, man, when I saw him yesterday, he's got a cane that he's walking with, and looked very looked small. He did not look like did not look anywhere near the size that he looks there, man. And Weaver looks like the fucking Michelin man. He's just jacked. Fucking
Oh,
shoulders look like cannonballs. Yeah, look at that. Look at that fucking those combinations. Carlos Padilla.
yeah. Iconic judge.
Yep, he was a fucking cool third man there back in the day.
Yeah, he was like in all the big fights. You could tell like there's certain refs that got like all the top assignments.
Yeah, this was a fucking HBO fight. Yep,
Mhm.
for sure, Thrill Hill. Tate was winning the fight, and in the 15th round, out of nowhere, fucking Mike Weaver comes around with this fucking crazy left hook, knocks him cold. I mean, he fucking face first, ass up in the air. I mean, he fucking hit that mat. Oh, devastating. But yeah, see Pinklin Thomas on his toes, moving side to side. He's got some great boxing skills in this fight.
No, he does. You could tell.
Yeah, I was saying earlier, man, it's hard to believe that this state still takes the shuts the schools down, shuts everything down for Columbus Day, and they desecrate the statues. They got a couple of statues, and like there's a an Italian place in Italian section in Providence. It's called Federal Hill, and they have a
Hmm.
statue of Christopher Columbus. I don't know if it's even still there because people were not. There was Native Americans, the Narragansett Indians. They were having a protest there every Columbus Day, and at night there'd be fucking red paint on the thing, and it got all kind of desecrated. And I don't know if they took it down or if it's still there, but they still have the holiday and they have a big parade up. Not a big parade, but a parade up there. I think the parade was today on a Sunday,
Hmm.
but yeah, and they have like vending, people on the side selling the sausage and peppers and all the Italian food. I mean, quality stuff too. Because
Yeah.
this Pheasant Hill is like an old time Italian neighborhood.
Hmm.
The mafia used to the fucking New England mafia. Raymond Petriarca, fucking he had a business there, vending. What the fuck was the name? Central Vending. That was
Hmm.
that was his money front, bro. Every bar in the state, if you had a cigarette machine, a jukebox, a cigar machine, any vending, even in the bathroom, if you had a fucking rubber machine, a fucking cologne, remember those things back in the day? You put a
Yeah,
dime,
I do.
get a squirt of brew. That was all through fucking the Rhode Island Mafia, Central Vending.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, man. But but yeah, man. Big Italian thing, and tomorrow's a holiday. I doesn't matter to me because I don't fucking work, but
I hear you, bro.
one day goes to the
My
next.
sister, my sister has to work. They don't observe the holiday there.
Well, I mean, it's not a federal holiday. I don't think it ever was, or maybe it was at one time, but I know it's not a federal holiday anymore. But Rhode Island,
That I can recall. I don't remember I know it's like some observe it, some don't. But yeah, I mean most people go to work.
yeah, for sure, man. I always did until I got into these state jobs where Rhode Island's run by unions, man, and
Hmm.
unions they don't, and it's run by Italian unions. So Columbus Day, that's their day, man. They wouldn't let them drop it.
Right? No, I hear you. I hear you. I've seen like like little dramatizations of that. But yeah, yeah. Yeah, I used to. I'm union, but my last job, because I just barely got started with the job I have now, that was union as well. I worked for the city.
Mm.
No, no, not the city. Excuse me, the county. The county.
The way the economy is now, most people won't even take a job unless it's union. I mean, even the fucking pot stores are unionizing.
There it is. I heard
Telling
hookers are unionizing too in Canada.
you.
Seriously,
Really.
I'm not lying. I saw a Twitter post. I think I didn't read it or anything, but it just said sex workers are humans too, or some shit like that.
Hey, nobody wants to work today. Everywhere you go, just fucking help wanted, help wanted, help wanted.
I think there's plenty of work and plenty of people out there to work. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you're right. I don't know.
Yeah, the government takes care of people, man. They don't have to. You can get on fucking welfare. You can get on food stamps. You can get on Medicaid. You can get on whatever, man. And women with kids, they'd rather do that than work. And it's an aging population around here, and it's a real short labor pool. If
They don't
if
give you
you have
shit though, Bruce.
I don't know, man. I'm not in the market anymore. But from
Uh,
what I see, man, they're begging people to work. They're like nurses in Rhode Island Hospital. They're paying to relocate you. They'll pay your
oh yeah.
fucking your educational loan. They want you here, and they're desperate. These
Yeah.
I know nurses now, and they have to work double shifts and shit like that. They don't want to do that, but they can't hire anybody because nobody's applying.
Hmm.
I'm fucked up, man.
Yeah, yeah. I recently started my job not too long ago, but I've always been lucky that that my job hunts never have gone that long.
The last fucking 30 years of my life, I was in fucking sales. I was in fucking
Hmm.
wholesale retail. So I own my own store, and I own the restaurant. So it was
Nice.
yeah, it was a direct cash business. So it wasn't like I was
Hmm.
working paycheck to paycheck. I'd work for good days, weekends, and you get a good deal that came through, and it's weird, a roller coaster up and down kind of a thing. Some weeks you're broke, some weeks you don't do shit. Oh, look at fucking Penguin Thomas coming in, but then other
Yeah,
weeks you
no.
do, evens out. And, hey, I was.
Yeah,
I liked it because I like going to work every day. So I was happy, man. I had a good fucking time, and I used to get fucking blasted. Uh,
yeah. I was 20 years at my last job.
yeah.
Yeah,
I,
IT
IT. Yeah. See, that's a.
computers. Yeah.
Oh, look at fucking Pinklin landing now. Mike Weaver's
Oh, but
getting
did
hit.
you see fucking Weaver though? Weaver fucking landed like a four-piece combination. He's trying, but yeah, Pinklin, it's like it didn't even phase him. Yeah, that jab is fucking sick.
Mm. Yeah, Weaver's trying to drop him with the right, with the left, and Weaver's strong as a bull. That was a nice left jab there. Oh, nice
Yeah,
right hand.
yeah, my
Oh,
oh shit.
fucking Weaver.
Left
Weaver,
hook by Weaver was sick.
Weaver is landing, man.
These
I
guys
give
had
this.
chins, bruh.
I'd give this round to Weaver for sure.
These fuckers
Pinklin.
had chins.
Whew. He's got Angelo Dundee in his corner too.
Yeah, yeah, I see that.
I know Weaver's got a guy named Don Manuel, big West Coast trainer. But yeah, man, this was Saturday night after dark. They would have these fights on HBO. They were great, man. Always had a good fight on there, man. It was like week to week. Don King had his tournament. This was when Don King had that heavyweight tournament, and it was just fight after fight after fight. Just great stuff. Hey, get this smoke. Salute, brother.
Hey, what I spoke. Yeah, yeah, man. I remember back when I was younger, like everybody used to criticize Don King. Now everybody wants him back.
Yeah, he's like everything else. He just got too
Silly
old.
world, isn't it? Yeah.
He just put on some great cards, but I think he understood that he couldn't get away with what he was getting away with back then today because there's too many checks and balances, too much electronic correspondence. Everything's recorded. Don King he was a sneaky motherfucker. He wouldn't even talk on the phone. He he was leery of that. So today, man, today it's like everywhere you go, you're on camera, you're recorded. He's smart enough to avoid that, and he just couldn't keep up with the times. Whole different boxing era. Don King wouldn't let these fighters fight once a year. Are you shitting me? He wouldn't have that. That's not enough action
I
for
know.
him. Don King, huh? He was worse than fucking Russell fucking Jack Reese. He wanted to be the center of attraction.
Yeah,
Center
man,
of
but he put on great fights. Excuse me, Bruce. I'll be right back.
great fights. Yeah, he definitely, right now we're watching one of Don King's masterpieces in the middle of his heavyweight tournament that ultimately crowned Mike Tyson as the undisputed, undefeated heavyweight champion of the world. He went right through the three winners of this tournament, the three alphabet champions at the time. WBA
Bruce.
was still in its infancy. Go ahead, bro.
I gotta run, bro. I gotta take my daughter to the pumpkin patch, so you can have a bit of fun. But thank you for having me, brother. It's great chopping
Hey,
it up for you like always.
Polo, I appreciate you coming in, my man. God bless you, my man. Salute.
Not a problem. Thank you, brother. Peace.
Peace. All right, see, so now that I'm by myself here, I can put my, I can shut this off. There won't be an echo. Shouldn't be an echo right now. I can throw my, oh, this fight's just, well, no, we're gonna put this fight on pause here. So I have to go down to my screen. Remove that. Put me on here again. We've got to find my this tab here, this tab here, and let's go back here, see if that comes in. You guys hear that? Without an echo? Smoker, you out there? Is that coming in okay, my brother? It should be my background music. And then we'll see if we can finish watching this fight here. What the heck? Oh no. Oh no. I took the fight off. I have to go find the fight again. Okay, here. Here we go. I think we might be in business here. There we go. We'll catch the end of this fight. No echo. Thanks, Thrill Hill, man. Yeah, it's fucked, man. I guess when somebody comes in here, I can't play any music in the background, but we'll see what happens when we get some guests on here and when as time goes by. But here we are, man. We're watching the end of an era for Mike Weaver. Although, man, this was not the end of Mike Weaver's career. Mike Weaver fought. Larry Holmes called Mike Weaver off the couch in 2002, I believe, to fight him in a rematch from 1979, I think. 20 years later, 20 plus years later. And Mike Weaver, I don't know what the purse was. We can find that out pretty easily. But he said okay, and got knocked out again by Larry Holmes. But this time it was very little retaliation. The first fight was great. That's when we learned who Mike Weaver was. That's when we found out who the great Mike Weaver was, and we found out how good he was, and when he came back and knocked out John Tate, amazing. And I saw him fight Scott Ledoux. He wiped the floor with Scott Ledoux for the USBA championship before he got the title fight with Tate. This was a great time for boxing, man. This was when boxing was colorless as far as I was concerned, man. I didn't know anything about the color barrier in boxing until I got on HBO over here, until I got on YouTube. We watched boxing for what it was, man. It was a beautiful sport, and these were great fights. A former champion against a champion, and unfortunately, Mike Weaver was on the downslide of his career. Only 33 years old by today's standards, man. By today's standards, he's in his prime. But these guys fought often. They fought hard. They lived hard. And they made boxing an exciting sport to be in love with. Yeah, I get a little blues in the background there, man. I don't know if you guys can hear that. I hope so. Should be coming through. Let me see if I can. I can tell if it's coming through. I think if I do this, if I put that on there. Yeah, I think it might be. It might be. We might be in business here. Yeah, Pinklin Thomas he's wary of the power of Mike Weaver. Mike Weaver's been doing a lot better in this fight than I thought he did. And now Pinklin's firing that ramrod jab. Just an exchange of jabs here. This is some good blues they give you to play over here. You can find it's you can get away with playing. It's non-copywritten. Cool stuff, man. Pinklin's dancing on the outside, showing a little bit of skills and firing that ramrod left jab. Now he's getting inside. He's doing some damage to Mike Weaver with it. But Weaver's a good boxer too. Weaver will, if you're not a tip-top boxer, Weaver will outbox you. And Pinklin with a 1-2 combination, throwing that right hand over the low guard of Mike Weaver. And these were fun fights to watch, man. A lot of action. You know that, Mr. Pigeon. Ask Michael Spinks about that jab. That jab won him a world title against Dwight Mohammed Kwawi. There we go, man. Pinklin's a little bit more authoritative here. But Mike Weaver, he backs up, he gets his bearings, he comes forward. Oh yeah, man, look at these guys. This was a great fight. I didn't realize how good this. Oh man, Mike Weaver is going for broke over here, man. He's going back to his corner. Pinklin Thomas, a rough ride. He's got the inspirational Emmanuel Stewart over there in his corner. The WBC heavyweight champion of the world. I don't know if this was his first defense. Oh yeah, Mike Weaver is landing some good punches. Nice uppercut on the inside. He jawed Pinklin Thomas with that. And he's got the great Angelo Dundee in his corner. And there goes Weaver. I think Weaver's got a little confidence over here. And Weaver built like a brick shit house. I mean, looks like he's got shoulder pads on. Huge, huge, huge man. And there he goes with that left hook, that right hand. Pinklin Thomas is wary of that. And as good as Pinklin Thomas was, man, he ends up losing his fight to, losing his title to Trevor Berbick. Ba, 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 ba. Nice blues in the back here, man. You must want to get a harmonica in there, or grab your electric guitar. If you were Doc, you could just plug that thing in and pretend you're Stevie Ray Vaughan. But yeah, I forgot about that, Doc, man. I got his email now. I can get in touch with him on a regular basis. Send him a fucking invite to join us. Last week he was gonna come on when we had Bobby Quarry, and he didn't come on. And I said, Doc, I was dropping in his chat, in his comments underneath his lives, but YouTube was taking it out. I couldn't believe it. I guess if you drop a link in there that's not a YouTube link, they take it out. And they also when people chat in your room, I found somebody that I could not give a thumbs up to. I couldn't give a reply to. And I tried doing it again. I couldn't do it. I don't know why. It's a person I see around YouTube sometime. Weird stuff, man. Weird stuff. I guess they have their own little certain rules. Maybe people have these badges on, immunity badges or something, but they can chat in your room, but you cannot respond to them. I could have erased them from my room, I think. I didn't want to. I'm just kind of interesting stuff that's going on, and kind of like this fight. This was a Saturday night. I remember this one well. I was fucked up. I think I passed out a couple of times, during the card. I was awake during the fight, but I remember going out and spilling my drink. I forget what I was drinking, maybe wine coolers or something like that. And I'd nod right out, and I'd wake up drenched. Tell my girl, what the fuck, man? She was very tolerant. I left her older but wiser. And that was boxing. That was the day. Boxing in the day. Pinklin is getting some pressure on a cut over his eye from the legendary Angelo Dundee. We're about to see a very, very pretty knockout in here to end this fight. A little longer. I thought it came a little sooner than it did, but hey, D-Ray, salute my brother. Thank you so much for coming by. D-Ray from Omaha, Nebraska. D-Ray Promotions. Martin Luther King Boulevard, Omaha, Nebraska. Around here, man, you break down on Martin Luther King Boulevard, man, you're fucked. Here we go, man. They're kind of a little stationary, throwing bombs. Remember, these are heavyweights. You see that head get rocked back and forth. Yeah, good buzz on today, man. Ate the last of my edibles. I've been enjoying them for the past 3 weeks. One of my homies, one of my good friends out there sent me some unbelievable edibles, and man, it was I've been high as a kite for the past 3 weeks, eating them every day. I don't think I might have missed one day in the 3 weeks not eating at least 100 milligrams. Some days 200, some days $1.50, whatever it may be. But cruising right now on 200. They're gone, but that's all right, man. We can't be doing those every day, or can we? Kicking back with some nice pop stops over here on a Sunday evening after a nice weekend of boxing. Finishing it up here, finishing up the show, watching Pinklin Thomas, who was a great fighter at the time, and I saw, it's funny because the two fights I showed, man, the Danny Little Red Lopez fight, he was at the Hall of Fame, and I wouldn't be surprised if Ruben Alvarez was there too, but I don't even know if he's still alive. We'll have to do a little more research on that. And I also saw Pinklin Thomas there yesterday. And so we're bringing up Pinklin Thomas, man. Pinklin's probably about my age. I wouldn't be surprised if we're within a few years apart. And seeing how old he looked yesterday, man, it must be when my friends see me, it's like, man, how old you look. But hey, this is life. Jose Luis Ramirez and Hector Macho Camacho. That was a good fight. Camacho dominated that fight. and what date is this? That's August 10th. So this would be June 15th. So they had a relatively slow month of July on HBO boxing. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. I don't know, man. HBO usually once a month, and we had Showtime at the same time as this year, and Tuesday night fights and Friday night ESPN fights, and we'd still get an occasional network fight. So boxing was in a good way. There goes Mike Weaver getting his final instructions. Pinklin Thomas looking like he's got his second win here. On his toes, moving side to side. And Weaver coming forward. Weaver's got a ramrod jab himself now. Weaver was a tremendous fighter, a great boxer. Former WBA champ, had bad advice earlier in his career, man. He has a lot of defeats. They happened more early in his career than they did later in his prime. But there were a lot of what ifs in his career. And this was the telltale end. He beat Carl the Truth Williams, and so he got a shot at the world heavyweight champion, Pinklin Thomas over here, WBC heavyweight champion, the most important one out there. First one Mike Tyson went after. Jose Suleiman's belt. And don't forget to give your thumbs up when you come in here. I think that means something. If you like what I'm doing, please show your appreciation by giving me a thumbs up. Maybe sharing this on some other social media platform, Twitter or Facebook or something. Because I enjoy doing this, and I enjoy kind of people watching it. And Mike Weaver gets hammered. Let's watch that. Let's watch that knockdown again. I was speaking just a little bit here before that happened. Let's watch that again. Yeah, Pinklin Thomas is out there on his toes, dancing around, looking for an opening, going with that real fast 1-2. Watch that an uppercut. Watch that 1-2 combination. swing with that jab, the rangefinder. Get that right hand to go behind it. Let's see this knockout here, man. Let's see what's happening here. Oh, there it was, man. The 1-2. He caught Mike Weaver over the top with that overhand right. Weaver shaking his head, man. 7, 8, 9. Oh, that was it, man. That was a lethal right hand, man. Yep, you got that right, D-Ray. ABC, CBS, NBC, everybody's getting in the picture. And we not only got fights, but we had good fights, man. Good fights for free. They're all free now, though. I don't pay anything more for them. I just pay my internet connection. I don't even have cable. I've got cable disconnected now. Hey, Random Acoustic Thoughts. Salute my brother. You know, that was a cool fight in the in Don King's heavyweight series. You know, Pinklon Thomas went on to lose his title to Trevor Berbick, who in turn lost his title to Mike Tyson. And you know, Pinklon Thomas went on as an opponent. He was Tyson's first defense, I believe. Mike Tyson did a job on Pinklon Thomas. I think he knocked him out with a beautiful combination. You know, one of the few times you'll ever see Pinklon Thomas getting knocked out at this stage of his career. But you know, he was used as an opponent after that. Had a really, really sad looking fight with Tommy Morrison. But man, you know, this was when Pinklon shined, man, when he beat Hercules Mike Weaver. You know, shout out to both of these guys. I remember watching this fight, you know, and I was Jose Suleiman and Don King, all smiles. It's a cruel sport, man. You know, Mike Weaver, he's thinking of what if, man, and this was a great fight. And Weaver had a great career. Hey, Peter Von Ox, my brother. But it was a devastating blitzkrieg-like knockout, and it was great seeing all you guys here, man, talking a little boxing, smoking a little weed, and listening to a little jazzy blues in the background. Pinklon Thomas retains his championship. It's a good sight to see. You know, short-lived glory in boxing. But old Pink did his thing, man. Always liked him, always will. He was a good champion for a while. You know, he had a good run. You know, unfortunately the drugs were a little more enticing than the boxing. But he's still with us. Like I said, he was inducted yesterday into the Atlantic City Hall of Fame. So shout out to Pinklon Thomas. Shout out to Danny Little Red Lopez. Shout out to Pandora. My dog's over here bugging me. He wants me to put him outside. I'm about to check out of here, man. You want to go out? Of course you do. That's why you're here. He was in bed with his mommy. Now he's over here, man. Let me see if I can. Come here. Let me show you this beast before I. Come here, Billy. Come here. Over here. Come on. You want to go out? Come here. Come here. Yeah, come here. Look. Come here. Don't embarrass me. I'm going to put you on camera. Hey? You want to go out? Hey? He wants to go out. Oh, man. We're getting back in here again. Fucking camera. There we go. There we go. You're on camera now, hey? Anyway, he's over here. He wants me to put him outside. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna get me a bowl of frozen yogurt. You want your cookies? You wanna go out, don't you, huh? Ah, see, hey, I gotta be a better director. Wait a minute, you're gonna go out. I'm gonna bring him out. I'm gonna get me a bowl of frozen yogurt. I'm probably gonna surf around YouTube a little bit, troll around, see what's up. I appreciate you guys all coming in here tonight, man. Thank you so much. Bruce Gas, boxing, jazz, and more. I'm out of here, man. God bless. Peace.